Sonko in here for your Kickstarter. Kickstart of the day with us every single day, Monday to Friday from 6:30 a.m. to 9:50 a.m. 6:30 news recap. 7 a.m. we quickly kickstart off with a Flores introduction. Tell you what, more business updates coming up in this very hour of the show. But well, we start the hour with our business tip of the morning. All right, now the business tip says boost the online presence of your business. No matter how successful your business is offline, its online presence will determine future success. Having a website not only improves your visibility, but also improves your conversion rate. In addition, it establishes your business as a reliable brand. That is according to what this tip says, that boost your online presence of your business. No matter the success of your business offline, the online presence will determine future success, because now, as the world is actually trending and changing into the issue to do with the digital migration, you got to realize that having a business that speaks levels also on social media is quite important, and it gives you some quick return on investment sometimes. Not all the times, but sometimes you realize, you get feedback, you interact as you grow with your customer base. And of course, it's a free kind of marketing strategy. It's a cheaper way of marketing as well if you are using social media. Well, also besides that, let's now get our business quote of the morning. The business quote is coming from Bill Gates, who is a co-founder of Microsoft and one of the world's wealthiest men, saying, "It's fine to celebrate success, but it's more important to heed the lessons of failure." Bill Gates says it's fine to celebrate success, but it's more important to heed the lessons of failure. However much we celebrate success, it's as fine as it gets. But well, looking back at our failure, because these things that we fail to do always shape us for the other challenges to face within the due course of time. And that is what the business quote is saying. It's right for us to look at that. But anyway, how do you prepare yourself at the forefront of all these kind of situations? That is the business quote from Bill Gates in there. And now, I did mention in the Caribou East Africa this morning that Rwanda received a BioNTech, the first bunch of BioNTech containers yesterday. And it is to help in the development of manufacturing vaccines on the continent. That's a very huge step for the land of 1,000 hills. A big challenge to the other East African countries. But besides that, the social media trends that we're having today rotating around Rwanda, lots of discussions there on Twitter about Rwanda. So let's check it out and see what the Twitter users had to say and what is happening in Rwanda. Rwanda is open, that is Twitter handle at Rwanda Open. At Rwanda is open says that still people do not imagine that there is a city in Africa which is so clean, green, safe and beautiful. Hashtag Rwanda is open. Of course, there's always been all these statements of Rwanda, Kigali, smartest, cleanest and everything. Now the Rwanda Broadcasting Agency RBA at RBA Rwanda with the tweet breaking: the first containers of the mRNA manufacturing facility from BioNTech _group have landed in Kigali. Hashtag RBA News. So that was as of yesterday when it happened. Furthermore, Kadoba Moses Amoti, the last Mochwezi at Kadoba Moses Yugi says, as we still await for Akon's Wonder City in Uganda, as well as the promised grand unified field equation put into geometry by Terence Howard, Rwanda has this afternoon received the first bunch of containers for their at BioNTech _group vaccines manufacturing plant. More explorers crowns. Oh, hitting direct. Now the New Times Rwanda with the tweet: the containers of the first biotainer facility is equipped to manufacture a range of mRNA-based vaccines have arrived in hashtag Rwanda. So that is one thing that is still continuously trending within Kigali, and of course Rwanda in there. At Ivan Aramugisha says 6 bioteners at BioNTech_group arrived in Rwanda this afternoon, each consisting of drug substance and formulas capable of producing 50 million to 100 million vaccine doses a year. Looking back in history, it was today 3 years ago that Rwanda confirmed the first case of COVID-19. Big, huge milestone for President Kagame. And as we continue, Africa Fact Zone, and Africa Fact Zone says Africa's cleanest city, Kigali, Rwanda. Morezi Abdulaziz at MA Abdulaziz says, good morning, Rwanda. FIFA made a great choice for its 73rd Congress, indeed. We will be later on looking at that 73rd Congress, by the way, in the sports business today. Now, Rwanda airports with a tweet, arriving at the Kigali International Airport for the 73rd FIFA Congress and in need of airport assistance. The information desk has been set up in the tent right outside the arrival gate. Welcome to Rwanda. Hashtag Gateway to Rwanda. Well, pretty much, I'm one of the huge fans of Rwanda as a country, I should tell you. Got lots of friends from there, and maybe soon creating relatives as well. But also looking at the different situations in the country, there are lots of developments that you can easily look at and say, well, they are moving further as a country, Rwanda, in that perspective. But well, also putting that aside, you get to realize that this is a very huge milestone for the BioNTech, and also a very huge milestone for vaccine manufacturing within the African continent, of course being championed by Rwanda after that launch of or commissioning by President Kagame in December 2022 of that BioNTech plant. Now the first bunch of the bioteners have already reached Kigali as of yesterday. Huge congratulations to the health ministry in Kigali. Well, okay, now we get into more of details to do with what is coming in from Parliament, as we get to realize that the committee investigating on the local government pensions is still investigating on under and overpayment, and also town clerks have continued to fail. There is a town clerk that has failed to avail information before the committee that is investigating on the same matter, as 30 million overpay, and according to what has been found by this committee on the issue to do with local government on pensions, that there is according to what the auditors have found, there is a 30 million that has been overpaid to some, and then there is a 50 million somewhere, 50 million Ugandan shillings, or that has been recorded as underpayment. So the clerk might be found guilty. That is the town clerk of Bushenyi Ishaka, who appeared before Parliament. That is Mr. Mukobi Serevio Biarufu. So if he's found guilty, he will definitely have to refund the money. Furthermore, if you're to look at this kind of issue in Parliament, you get to realize that the local governments are under the spotlight, as the Committee on Local Government questioned officials from Bushenyi municipality on non-compliance to public service and local government policies. Over 17 officials are recorded to have spent a year and 4 months off the payroll and without payment either, and yet the money was being released. So let's get this from our second update this morning.
Computation of pension, has that been reconciled? It was established that you wrongly computed gratuity benefits of 7 pensioners, resulting into an overstatement. Okay? There was also overpayment of 30 million. You overpaid 30 million to 12 pensioners. And you also underpaid 59 million to 5 pensioners. Is that correct, Lead Counsel? Can you explain, Mr. Cow, how you overpaid 30 million to these pensioners? and also how you mistreated other pensioners by paying them less by 59 million.
By line explanation about each pensioner who's listed there, categorized as those who were overpaid and those who were underpaid. But Chair, in summary, the underpayments which are reported here, first of all, we paid these pensioners their gratuity in 2 installments. So
are you talking about the overpayment?
The
underpayment of 59 million?
Yes.
Because here, let me be specific. 5 pensioners. But Mr. Town Clerk, do you know you are appearing before this committee for the second time?
Yes, I'm aware, Chair.
When we were in Barara, you were found not to be prepared.
Ready.
Are you prepared now?
We are prepared, Chair.
But if you are prepared, you gave us these responses and you have not attached those things you're talking about. Should we send you back to Bushenyi? No, but that is it. Because when you appeared before the committee, there were informations that were lacking. Now, you want to read and you are denying us the chance to follow from what you are reading. You have the document with you. We don't have it. How do I know you are telling us the truth? So you just want us to listen and believe you. You read it there. Okay, you read.
Okay,
Chair, I would suggest that the town clerk, if he has some evidences that is missing here,
yes,
he would lay them on table and he now explains.
If there are documents you never presented, you can lay them on table.
Okay, Chair.
Because we want to treat them as official documents.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Okay.
But also it's not fair that you are having the documents to yourself and you just want to read and we don't see it. What if you are reading something that you concocted?
Okay, Chair. Chair, allow me hand over these documents.
Okay, lay them on table. Bring them here. Does it include that?
Yes.
And you?
This is the summary of what is there.
Okay. Thank you. Now that you have laid, this doesn't go back to you. So, what are you going to use for reading? Because you don't have copies. You see that? Because now this is our document. You don't have your copies.
Okay, Chair, I'm very sorry.
So you're requesting me to return them?
I will be presenting one by one, Chair.
That means you're not prepared. We will send you back to go and photocopy these documents.
Okay, Chair, I can always photocopy and avail copies for record purposes.
Colleagues, can we call the next entity? Or we give them time to struggle?
Mr. Chair, I hope he appreciates your point that there is no way he can be reading and when we are just listening without looking at the evidence to verify the information he's giving.
Mr. Town Clerk, just like my colleague is putting, this committee is evidence-based. If you are presenting something to us, we want to see details, we want to cross-check, we want to look at the facts and figures, and if you are doing that, you are trying to hide information from us.
Chair, I think there must be a work spirit in the town clerk. It is the reason as why the auditors by the time still say this document was not there. He was still keeping it. He had not handed over. So with this continuous behavior, I don't know how we can shift the behavior.
Because why I am hesitant on that, Mr. Town Clerk? This is the new information you're providing, isn't it? You want to read one by one. You are going to read the figures and you want us to believe it. Ordinarily, I would give this document back to the auditor to try to reconcile and find out whether it actually answers the queries he had raised. So the only leniency we can accord to you is to allow you tender those documents, and I'll give it to our technical staff to look through and advise us accordingly on that. Whether the document answers the query that has been put. Should we treat it like that? Okay, you can give it. So you are considering this document as proof of how the 59 million We are talking about the underpayment of 59 million. Does it also deal with the overpayment of 30 million?
Yes.
Because, Mr. Kao, if this document will not respond to those, we will hold the two of you personally liable and order the two of you to make good the losses from your pocket. So let's give it to.
Over 17 officials are recorded to have spent a year and 4 months off the payroll without payment either. So first, you got to wonder that in the local government, these things are happening. Like we have 17 officials who are supposed to be receiving money for a year and 4 months, and they are not receiving the money. But of course, government is releasing the money to the local government. Barija Andrew joins me now as we discuss deeper into what we call corruption in the country. Corruption bites continue and grumble us every day.
Yeah, definitely. So it's very, very absurd that we come up with all things. People don't want to disclose information, what's really happening. And actually, just to sum up that, to add something, there was a report that came out in February, that was on 19th, which was saying that a total of about 1,019 new pensioners in 65 local governments delayed accessing the pension payroll. And now, it's very interesting that some of the delays were ranging from 50 to 110 months. And some of the issues that were attributed to was the accounting officers, which could have led to the delay of this, and also having a decentralized pension payroll system, failure to do all that, accessing all that. So that really shows you how intransparent we are in our country and in regards to that. And these are local government people, remember. And they go through a lot as they are giving service. This is affecting the livelihood of the people. I really think this is something which they really need to look into. Now, according to the Auditor General's report, of course, to Parliament, this was in Feb 19th, the report to Parliament for the financial year ending June, that is 30th, 2022, over 1,000 pensioners had not been paid as provided by the law. 1,000. That's quite a big number. And do you realize that in most cases, once these people are not paid, that means there is accumulation of arrears, and sometimes there is a difficulty when it comes to once those arrears accumulate to the maximum, that leads to something which is not right, and it may be hard for you, the people, the responsible personnel, to actually clear this, And as a result, about 1.3 billion Ugandan shillings was not paid. That's all quite. And this is local government, And we see that failure to access pension payroll affects the pensioner's livelihood and also leads to accumulation of pension arrears. What I've just actually mentioned about, and the law provides that pensioners' retirement benefits are authorized 5 days. That is after retirement of payment. So, 1.3 billion not paid out. That's quite big, and it's accumulating every year. We're talking about months and months, years and years. People are not getting their pension fee, and these are people in local government. They're entitled to this, man. They work for it. They're entitled to it. So this is something that they need to really respond in as quick, as fast, just in my opinion. And Parliament should really be on the forefront. And to ensure that such irregularities in the system are really put out. Getting to see that.
All right.
Yeah.
And of course, the town clerk of Bushenyi has been cautioned, I should say, warned that if he's found guilty, he's going to repay the money.
Wow, that's
so I think the committees in Parliament, I want to, first of all, if we are to commend the work of the committees in Parliament, you get to realize that most of them are doing quite a number of the good this time round with this Parliament, is that they are bringing things to light.
Issues, exactly.
Yes, issues are coming out, and people getting to understand what is really happening on ground. There are things that we don't know or we never knew could happen. And by the look of things here, the town clerk of Bushenyi, Ishaka, is one who may have to pay a sum of totaling up to around 59 million.
59 million Ugandan shillings.
Because of this issue to do with local government and pensions, and especially when it comes to payment of officials who have not received money and those who are supposed to receive money, and yet he's not paying any to them.
Wow. And I think besides the parliament doing all this, because this is under the Ministry of Public Service, and this is something that they need to work hand in hand, the parliamentary committees in association with a ministry responsible,
local government.
The local government.
Ministry of Local Government.
Ministry of Local Government. And of course here, when I take a look here, the Inspector General in this report, in his interaction with the Ministry of Public Service, indicated that the issue is still quite a big challenge, the pension, because it was noted that most accounting officers had hopes that the introduction of the human capital management will most likely address the issue. So the human capital management concept also didn't really work out, and the AG is blaming. Is also saying that the Ministry of is attributing this cause actually to the Ministry of Public Services failure. Mm-hmm. And now when you look at the recent act about the Pension Act, I think it was it has skipped there. Is it 186? You get to realize that it stipulates all out and standing in for the role of what local government personnel are entitled to, in regarding to pension allocations, and it's all under. That is the public service to ensure that this is something that is, doesn't get out of condition regarding that.
Of course, that is an issue to do with the local government, especially rotating around the issue to do with pensions and payments of the workers in there. And of course, as we're heading into the break, remember now that the markets on the Zabu platform are officially opened. Now, please do so by investing heavily. Star 292 hash is the USSD code that you will definitely use to invest. Grow your investments better every day with Zabu. Star 292 hash is the USSD code. You need a name to register today, and after registration, all you need is to grow your investments. Zabu, my money, my future. Alltech East Africa does power the platform, and it says do something new. Well, what something new can you do today? Invest in government bonds. Quickly kickstart off your investment with the platform. Zabu, my money, my future. Alltech East Africa, do something new. The markets open at 8:15 a.m. and close at 3:15 p.m. You need just a minimum of 15,000 Ugandan shillings to invest in government bonds. When we return after the break, there is entertainment, business, and the latest from sports business. Stick around. Good morning.